Hi, I'm Fran with Stampendous, and we're printing again. We're monoprinting and using some really fun new things here. We have a creative palette that has several rectangle sizes and other stamp designs in with it. So you're going to have a lot of fun making a Stampendous impression every time. If you're familiar with our creative palette monoprinting plate in the large size that we use for the 8.5 by 11, you will be delighted to find out that we now have two new additions. We have Creative Palette Rectangles and Creative Palette Rounds. So let's start in with the rectangles. When you take it out of the Stufftainer package, you're going to find that you have a half-size plate, a quarter plate, and you also have two very fun rectangle patterns that are very abstract. So what I found that made it the easiest to work with, again, you have an acetate liner on each side, and I peeled up the top side here, and I got it about to here to uncover the card size. And then this was a really helpful trick. Get your scissors and cut through that acetate. This allows you to work with them separately but keep them on the backing plate. The next thing you probably want to do is take each of your stamp designs, remove them carefully from the backing, and put them onto a block. This is going to be so much easier to work with. You might as well square them off so that you know where you're going with it. So instead of bubble wrap and throwaway things, you now have a perfect and very reusable set of two stamp patterns to work with your rectangles. So we'll get those ready. And then let's see, I'm going to turn this around. And I'm going to begin by printing on my card size. And I found that it's a little bit tricky sometimes to keep the entire area clean to work with just the card size. So leaving it on the background, I found that it was best to take your mixed media paper and cut it so that you have some quarter sheets, and later we'll use some half sheets. I'm going to use my neon refills. They are so easy to work with, and simply squirting out a bit of each. I'm going to just use the warm colors first. You'll get a lot of impressions out of even one set of these refills. So now you're printing in miniature and make beautiful little prints. Now to use the half-size plate, I'm going to remove the lining on this side and use some of my cool colors. Now we're looking at some samples that have dried, and you can see how we developed single pages with a quarter sheet. And you can see here I'm creating a very fun little album where I can turn and mix the pages to get an interesting sequence of colors. Or if you print the quarter panel on the half sheet and want to simply fold it, sometimes you get an interesting white edge around. Other times you may choose to trim it away. And in this one I even did a round corner and then embossed on top, giving you a very nice little note card. This is metallic, and again, using the Delicata inks gave me a really nice contrast with the vivid colors. I found these inks were so easy to clean up that I didn't mind doing some finger painting. Instead of the brayer, I simply played in it with my fingers to move the colors around. And then I actually did a bit of finger painting along the same line. I did a very simple little shape of hearts. And here were multiple imprints. Now, using the half plate on a full sheet, it may help to fold the paper, and when you go to print, fold it back on itself so that you can print one side at a time and wait for it to dry. Sometimes standing it up like this will allow you to let one paper dry while you're doing another one. And these refills, the neon refills, dry rather quickly, depending on how thick your application of paint is. And again, the white edges kind of frame your page from one side to another. And certainly if you're wanting to do cards, you can enjoy painting across the entire surface and then fold. In this case, I took the half sheets and I folded back one panel, did my hole punching, and now I can do a very fun little album this way. The Creative Palette Rectangle was used for this album. The Creative Palette Rectangle was also used for this album. The Creative Palette Rectangles will give you more ways to make a Stampendous impression every time.